Today I'm very happy to introduce you to Pearltrees. Pearltrees is about one single simple issue. Web users do not access the majority of the web content they really care about. They don't find what matters to them on the web easily. You, for example, do you find easily, not all content, just the content that you already find sometimes somewhere on the web? How do you keep the content you like at hand? How do you organize them? Mostly, how do you share your discovery? How do you drive people through your web? Even better, there are a lot of people here that might share your interest. Here, there. Can you see their interest? Can you see their content?
More than the other, just that people can go through.
How can you do that? Pearltrees is all about that. All about having the stuff you care about right under your hand. It's all about curation. It's curation for you. It's curation for others. It's enduring other curation. So let's see how it looks like. Say you're browsing the web today on a random topic you care about. One click on Pearltrees bookmarklets or toolbar or even on Twitter, and you can turn the content you found, the web page you find interesting, into a Pearl. Why a Pearl? Because you can manipulate a Pearl. You can move it as easily as you would do with a book on your shelf, or a dress you like, or whatever you like in real life. By turning the content you like into Pearls, you can move them, you can organize them, you can put them in folder, subfolder. You can retrieve them very easily. That's your own personal library. That's the place where you put the stuff you care about and you play with them. But you're not alone in Pearltrees. Think about that. Think about all of you here having its own personal library, a public one. Pearltrees will tell you which here are the same web page, which here are the interests you share. Pearltrees will let you go into other libraries, pick the stuff you like, pick the small pearls, pick the content, pick the videos, pick the music, pick the whatever, and put it into your own world. More than that, it will let you pick parts of other worlds, the parts you care about, not the full flow of a Twitter feed or a Facebook status update. Just the very interesting music for this single person if you care about this music. This person will curate for you the web, will bring new stuff, amazing new stuff in your account right where you put it. It's a collaborative library of the web. It's the first social game of creating and organizing the web. It's a game where you can explore, discover a new topic, not from people to people, but from interest to interest. So what's more, if you've got your curation of the web, if you've got your world, wouldn't you like to drive people through your world, to guide them through the web? That's exactly what the new feature we're releasing today is doing. It lets you put a part of your Pearltrees account, a piece of your web, into your own blog or your own website, so you can drive people through it. This is my blog. I embed the small Pearltrees in it. It's about a topic you may have heard about recently. There was a small controversy between April, Adelie. There was this post from Job, quite a famous one. I put that into my Pearltrees. Then I embed into my blog. What it does, let me tell you a story in my blog with your web content. It lets me drive you through the web. That's very new. That's curation. The power of that is just the limit of your imagination. You can be the chief editor of the web. Inside your blog, you can drive people all over the places you know, all over the web, on your own website. And you can do that so easily, because every day you're going to put the content you like in your own Pearltree, you're going to discover new content. And just in 2 clicks, you're going to embed it and drive people through your world. In the last 10 years, we've created masses of web content. Now let's organize them. Now let's then give meaning to them. Let's curate the web together. Thank you.
It seems to me, Marshall, that your job is social curation. What are your thoughts on this?
It is. I love curation, and I want to congratulate you. It's pretty incredible that you have built a curation tool that looks like a mind map from outside of the United States, and it's one of the most buzzed about startups around in our scene these days, because all of those things are big challenges. I do curation to a great degree for a living, and that's my essential question about Pearltrees, is whether it's really, whether it's something that could possibly be popularized, or whether the overhead for curation is just unrealistic. I know in the semantic web space, for example, people have been hoping for years that all of the publishers online would self-organize and mark up their own content for organization of all the information, and other people have said, that's taking too long, we need top-down organization. And if this is a tool for bottom-up organization of the web's content, I wonder whether it will be as exciting to mass audiences as it is to someone who does this sort of thing for a living.
Well, of course, now Facebook has just launched Open Graph, so everyone's going to be marking up their pages.
But it's a real interesting discussion, and it's not how well that's going, how realistic that is, whether that's a desirable thing, is 2 weeks in, very hard to say.
That's precisely what we are at. We are at making curation not only something easy, not something automatic. Pearltrees is not automatic. It lets you play with content. So the way we turn it around is precisely the reverse. Anyone has used it before. We won't organize it for yourself. We won't do Facebook categories. Facebook exists and it's great, by the way. We will let you play with the stuff you like. I mean, not anyone likes to organize its room, right? And it might be a job to organize your room. But to play with the stuff you like, to play with your books, if you like books, to play with your toys, if you like toys, to give a meaning to that. It's a very deep human need. It's exactly like the need of expressing yourself through blogging. You're a pro blogger, but many people just like to blog. That's a pleasure. Organizing, giving a meaning to stuff with Pearltrees, it's a pleasure. And we made it a game, hence the Pearl metaphor, hence the Pearl tree, and the social system where you pick other people's stuff and put it into your own. It's a great pleasure, it's a game, it's fun. And people using it now don't do it so much for professional reasons, even though some do. They do it because they're playing with their music, with their favorite artists, with everything. And so this pleasure is untapped so far. There is nothing on the web where you have fun organizing. Google organizes for you. Many semantic systems try to organize for you. They say, it's a pain. Don't do it, we will do it easily. We take it the other way around. It's a pleasure. Do it, you will love it.
Ellen, do you have any thoughts?
I was just going to say, intellectually, it sounds like a great idea, and aesthetically, I think it's beautiful. As a consumer, practically, I kind of go, do I have more time in my day to curate? It's great if curating is your job, but as a hobby, or as, an aside, I'm stuck with yet another, channel that I'm supposed to keep updated, along with the rest of what I do all day. So, the retention question, how do you keep people?
Sorry. As we're chewing up the minutes, you can keep your answer a little short.
So, it's about not losing time, right? As a consumer, you lose so many time retrieving the stuff you already find on the web. If you put out all that time, that's a lot of time to play with Pearltrees and to refine what you have already found once.
Right. So to me, this seems like maybe a cool graphical interface on top of social bookmarking, which has obviously been around for quite some time. And for some, I kind of echo Ellen's sentiments. From consumer play, we've got so much stuff to keep up with. Is this, for most consumers, is it the graphical nature that beats other social bookmarking sites? And what's the long-term vision there for consumers? I get for people where this is their profession, but what's the long-term vision for consumers?
Well, there is the same difference between Pearltrees and bookmarking as between a Macintosh and MS-DOS in 1984.